Good morning. Now for your daily horoscope. Aries. Today you might face a task that seems as workable as emptying the ocean with a teacup. But with the help from others, you will not only be able to handle it, but also produce exceptional results. Physically, you're likely to feel full of strength and stamina, ready to move mountains. Do not be too surprised if you actually manage to budge a few. Taurus. The desire to travel, perhaps to visit a close friend, may come up today. You may put a lot of energy into exploring the possibilities. You might also want to travel to places where you can get some artistic inspiration for creative projects. Your energy and enthusiasm are high, so you should be able to accomplish this without neglecting your other chores. Gemini. Expect a lot of activity in your home today. A group, perhaps a large one, hosted by you or a family member, could meet there and provoke stimulating conversations. You could get caught up in the energy, putting you in touch with a new awareness of your feelings. Tonight, expect vivid dreams of travel, strange places, or flying. Cancer. The desire to meet with a romantic partner and look and feel your best could give rise to a lot of short journeys in your area. Perhaps you will want to work out, buy some new clothes, or get a haircut. This might be a good idea. Passions promise to run high today. Stimulating conversations could bring fascinating information to light. Leo. It's time to stop acting like you think others want to see you act. The planetary configuration confirms that it's time to express yourself, your emotions, desires, and point of view, to take a firmer stand and define more clearly who you are to others and to yourself. Second-guessing potential reactions will ultimately get you nowhere. Virgo. Your energy is high and your stamina particularly strong today. Working out or playing sports could appeal to you now. Running or aerobics could offer valuable exercise and clear your head to allow for new ideas. You also should feel particularly passionate. If you're involved with someone, expect a great evening. If not, do not be surprised if you get some admiring glances. Libra. A reunion with a family member who has been away or out of touch could generate some powerful emotions. Memories could come flooding back, making you both nostalgic and maybe a bit angry. Take care to curb the latter. You do not want to spoil your reunion. Take a long, objective look at the memories and try to figure out what they mean to you now. Then let them go. Scorpio. Today your mind is likely to be on travel. You might have to spend a lot of time running errands in the car. You could also be planning a long vacation, perhaps one centered on a group function or seminar of some sort. Your physical energy is high, but there's still a danger of tiring yourself out. Relax at home this evening. Sagittarius. Today you might decide to put in some extra hours on the job or take on an extra project of some sort in order to bring in a little more money. Since you're feeling strong and energetic enough to move mountains, you need to take care not to overexert yourself. Work hard and earn your money, but pace yourself. Try to get a little exercise before going to bed. Capricorn. Passion and determination mark today. Your energy should be high, and you should feel strong and powerful. This is the perfect day to give whatever goals you've been trying to accomplish the one last push toward completion. You may surprise yourself with the power and quality of your work and the positive attention your efforts receive. Aquarius. Your inner power and awareness should be acute today. Some intense dreams and revelations could come from deep within, allowing you to release old traumas and phobias and enabling you to move ahead with more confidence. Physical energy is high, though you may feel you need more sleep than usual. Your intuition is also sharp, enabling you to be more in touch with others. Pisces. Working toward goals you share with others could bring you closer together as friends and lovers. The whole is definitely more than the sum of the parts. You're likely to produce better results as a group or partnership than you would have otherwise. This is an all-pull-together sort of day. Romantically, you may have an exciting, passionate encounter. Good morning to you, good people. How are you feeling today? It is our midweek Wednesday, and thank you very much for joining me, Shayla Mendez, your host, right here on This Morning, because we are giving you that reason to wake up, that extra perk, that extra pep in your step that you need. And of course, you are family here with us at DBS. So we're going to start the family time. Today is January 17th. So yes, though the days are zooming by, we should be used to that by now. We are staying on top of it for 2018. So let me help you stay right there. We're going to start off with our morning news highlights for today.
Good morning. I'm Kendall Burton with a summary of your top stories. The Castries mayor is promising some major changes in the city in the coming weeks. Changes, he says, that may leave the city unrecognizable. That's when the mayor's office launches what he calls the Operation Cleanup, an exercise aimed at not only uplifting the physical appearance of the city, but one designed to impact the behavior of citizens. It includes a plan to make the city safer for locals and visitors and the regulation of roadside vending.
Vendors and the things that we have around the city, like people believe it is a dump yard, they could put what they want, they go at the home and leave it there. We are going to be at the end of February. I've been walking around sensitizing people, especially what they put in the tents, how it looks at, and so on, that we're going to. So by the end of February, although I don't want to pass the end of February because Independence, all old pallets and these things, you see people chaining everything to the walls, and these things will be something of the past.
The mayor's ambitious plans were announced at a special press conference at his office on Tuesday. Prime Minister Alan Shastney has responded to statements by the president of the St. Lucia Teachers Union, Julian Monrose, in which he criticized Mr. Shastney for unfairly blaming teachers for students' poor performance. The government was also criticized for not completing repairs to schools and forcing teachers to work under unhealthy and unsafe conditions.
There's no tape that you can show or that they can show of which I ever was derogatory to any teacher. I've only said that our teachers, our policemen, and our nurses need to be held in higher esteem. I don't believe any of them are being paid enough money. Okay, so are you telling me that by making a comment that we believe that we should get more training for our teachers, that the opposite is being said, that I'm being derogatory to them? No, I think government is to blame.
The Prime Minister says despite the statements, government is doing its best to improve teachers' work conditions. The Castries Constituencies Council says the hosting of this year's ASU Square activities have left it with a $106,000 budget deficit. This was one of the findings of a post-mortem of the event, the results of which were revealed by the CCC on Tuesday.
Government's subvention was $100,000. Our rental from booths, tents and spots was $46,111.04, giving us a total to play with of $146,111.04. Total operating expenses were $252,929.36, realizing a net loss of $106,818.32.
This was the first time that the CCC had full responsibility for the planning and execution of the entire event, and says it was a learning experience. The operator of a water sports business at the Casabah Beach is calling on the Ministry of Infrastructure and the National Conservation Authority, NCA, to do more public education to raise general awareness about the dangers of illegal sand mining in St. Lucia. The call follows a recent incident in which sand was removed from the beach to pave a road leading to the popular spot.
You can't take the sand off the beach. There's a giant hole in the beach, and well, half of the beach is I mean, Casabah has a sand problem already, you know, and half of the beach is on the road now, which will wash away in a matter of weeks. And obviously, it's sand.
The NCA has confirmed there was sand mining taking place at the beach and has informed the Ministry of Infrastructure and the police. The offense carries a fine of up to $5,000. Those are your top stories. I'm Kendall Burton. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thank you very much. That has been your morning news recap, and definitely I know we've served you up everything that you've needed to kickstart the day. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to get right into the action. Make sure you have your trainers on hand, because you know we're also going to be wrapping up with Soca Size to really just warm up the day. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Wake up, St. Lucia, and good morning to you. I'm very, very excited because, if there's anything good, anything, especially when it comes to us celebrating and embracing our greatness as St. Lucians, I have to get it. So I am here with Minister Rambali, and she's also family because she watches the morning show.
Absolutely.
So how are you today?
I am good, thank you, and I'm very pleased to be a part of your show. I do watch your show, and congratulations to you.
And thank you so much. When we met, this was the first thing she said to me, so this is not a bluff. So again, family meet, so it's your turn to shine on the morning show. And we are here for a very prestigious occasion and something that is deemed a gift to us as St. Lucians and the nation. So Manissa has launched her book, which is St. Lucia, the United Nations Journey, 1979 to 2016. So you did say, of course, this is an account of our history. It's a celebration as well. And of course, just showcasing what makes us as St. Lucians great. So just tell us and of course the rest of St. Lucia more about the nature of the book.
Well, the book is really a snapshot of history, accounting for St. Lucia's history from 1979 to 2016, which represents our tenure at the United Nations. We joined the United Nations following our independence in 1979. And my privilege and honor to have had the opportunity to serve St. Lucia allowed me to come firsthand into contact with some of what makes us special and what makes us great. I wanted to find a way to capture that and to appreciate and recognize those who came before me. They were really the inspiration for this book. When I arrived at the UN, I recognized that I had big shoes to fill, being the First Lady representative, of course, but more importantly, it was the regard and the respect that people held for St. Lucia. And that is only real because of those who have represented us. But collectively, we make St. Lucia what it is. And it's an opportunity, I think, going forward for all St. Lucians to determine what part of history do you want to belong to.
Another thing that stood out for me was when you said during your tenure and serving, you noted for yourself that St. Lucia, authentic by nature, we are not ordinary, and that really, really stood out. So just tell us a little bit of your journey and your experience, and of course how you felt when you could see our small island, if I may say, St. Lucia, but making such a distinct mark on the international scene.
Absolutely. When you walk through the halls of the United Nations, or you look at any map of the world, the globe, we are represented by a tiny dot, which depicts where we are from, our location, our size, our population. But when we step forward on the international stage, when we speak on behalf of St. Lucia, there's nothing small about us. There's nothing ordinary about the contribution we make. The world recognizes it, and hence the reason why I alluded to my tribute to His Excellency Sir Julian Robert Hunt. A small country, small island, but we were able, because of his diplomatic acumen, his ability to show to the world that we can be great, propelled him to the pinnacle of that institution. And in so many ways, that says something extraordinary about us.
Now, with the contents of the book, I noticed as well, it's not just editorial, you have pictorial as well. So it's very engaging. And what can readers find? What's the flow in terms of the book?
I hope in some way, though your specific face may not be there, but every St. Lucian should be able to identify with this book, be it from our early days post-independence, be it from the people who have represented us. In some way, we have all contributed to this book. One of my favorite parts of the book is when we go down memory lane and Dame Pearlette Louise was addressing the United Nations, one of our Nobel laureates addressed, and one of my absolute favorite photographs is a photograph of Lady Janice Compton, who sat at the UN during the time when First Ladies were being represented. And there's all of that. So for me, every St. Lucian can find themselves in there somehow because we all connect. It, of course, will be part of the historical memoirs that the archives would keep, the Central Library, Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, the open campus of UE, and institutions like that initially. It is my intention, based on the feedback I received only today, to likely find a way to make some copies available through a bookstore. But the intention is to share its content, and you can find it on the website, which is the easiest way at this time.
Vanessa, it's truly a pleasure being here with you and a great occasion for us. As we noted before, this is a celebration for us as St. Lucians. And of course, one thing I want you to take away, St. Lucia, too, and I'm going to quote you on this: St. Lucia, authentic by nature, we are not ordinary. So remember that, do not limit yourselves, and let us make sure we make part of positive history for us here in St. Lucia.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
It's been a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, St. Lucia. Wake up, and of course, we have so much to celebrate. The official launch of Nobel Laureates Month has happened, so we know there's so much to look forward to, and yet another celebration of our St. Lucian culture. Now, I'm here with Ken Thalia, so you know when she's here, we're talking about the arts, we're talking about, something that really reflects our culture, and they're putting together a play that I've now learned. Last time it was done was 10 years ago, but it's Tisha and His Brothers by our very own Sir Derek Walcott. So first of all, thank you very much for being here. How are you today, hon?
I am good. I am very happy to be here, as always. Thank you for having me.
It's definitely my pleasure as well. So tell us about Tisha and His Brothers.
Tisha and His Brothers, it is, as I was saying to you, the play that's done the most in the region. It's the most popular play for students. The major reason is because it is both on the CXC literature and theatre arts syllabi, yes, right. So all over the region, every year we have students attempting it, reading it. Even the University of the West Indies, I've gotten calls from them as well because they also study it. So when we looked at all of this in January of last year, I went to see Sir Derek Walcott, and we spoke about the idea of doing it because it hasn't been done in so long. And so that's where it came from.
Wow.
And what we've tried to do is incorporate elements that the students have had to study. So this production, it's a youth theatre production. It's for everyone, but the cast is made up of primary school, secondary school students and teachers. Right, and we have a couple of youth groups on board, such as Youth in Arts, Silver Shadow Dance Academy, Youth Spark, Skin Rhythms, so quite a number of persons coming together. Our students come all the way from Dennery up. So it's been a very interesting experience, and what we've done is that for the students, they have put their own touch on it. So there's original music in it. By the students using our cultural elements. So they get again to learn more about St. Lucia through the play.
Great. Well, I'm loving the sound of that. Now, the idea of this happening during Nobel Laureates Month, I mean, that in itself is amazing. And of course, to honor Sir Derek Walcott like that, and now knowing that this was something discussed with him from last year.
Yes.
So how does it feel to see things in motion and know that this is really going to happen?
I'm very happy that at the festival level we have reached this point because it's something we've wanted for a long while. The festival, which is now called the Walcott Schools Festival, has been around for about 5 years now. And what we've really tried to do is to find an avenue or create an avenue for students and teachers to experience the works of both of the Walcott brothers. And when I say works, people forget that both Derek and Roderick both wrote 1, 2. They were involved with carnival, visual arts, they did musicals. So, this is a great opportunity to remind us that this is what their work was about.
In general, what is the storyline and Tisha and His Brothers? What's it about?
Okay, so the basic story is that there are these 3 brothers who live with their mother on the edge of a forest, and the devil issues a challenge to them. They're poor, and he says to them, if any of them can make him feel emotion, he will give them all the wealth in the world. However, if they cannot, he will eat them. So this is the experience as to what they do to try to get to him and what he does to them to try to get them to get upset before him. And it's very interesting. There's some very funny parts, and of course, you know, there's some very tender moments as well.
Great. And what are the main themes in it?
Well, the nice thing about this play is there's a number of themes in it. Because of the time it was written, it really has that kind of looking at the different types of man or steps of man, from the eldest down to the youngest, the different generations, generation gaps. We look at, again, the time it was written, old regime versus new regime. We look at the power structure. You know, the whole idea of the devil was also seen as the planter as well. So you have all of these things happening, brotherly love, motherly love, a lot of elements come in there, being at peace with nature, quite a number of things, yes.
Great. So when is this going to be taking place?
Okay, so we have 2 performances on Friday the 19th at 1:30 at the Cultural Center. We have a performance. It's mainly for schools, but of course, if anyone wants to, they can come across. And on the Saturday, it's at 7:30 p.m. at the Cultural Center. Admission is $10 for students and $20 for adults, so very, very affordable.
St. Lucia, I'm excited about this. Now knowing what I do as well, this is something to look forward to. And of course, I think this is a good way to kickstart everything. And this is truly a play that is St. Lucian. Of course, Sir Derek has left us, but his legacy has to live on. And as St. Lucians, we need to be the ones carrying that torch.
Good morning, St. Lucia, and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session with Soca Size St. Lucia. My name is Shani Victorine, and I'm here with Davia Black and Vernell Flavian, and we will be leading the wine this morning. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a bacchanal warm-up routine to Turn For Me by Olatunji. You ready, Vernell?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. Our first step, we're going to step to the side, step together. Side, step together. Side, step together, side, step together. All right. Next, we're going to take 3 steps, turning to the side and jump and clap. So 3, 2, 1, jump. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to jump side to side and do a body roll. So side, body roll, side, body roll, side, body roll, side, body roll. All right. Next, we're going to use the arms and go round in a circle. Okay. And last, we're going to shake it back. Back it up. Hey, hey. And then, of course, come forward. All right. Let's do it with some music. Right side, step together.
They call me oh la 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 today. Call them love me like food on a Sunday. Love me flow, love me style, love me plenty. And without them in my life will be empty. I say, girl to man is 20. Couple woman a day is healthy. I met so much woman in my life and this girl is excellent.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3. Hey! Hey! Last one, side to side. And
turn round for me, baby. Turn for me, turn round for me, baby. You too good.
Turn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn round for me, ay, 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 ay. Turn for me, turn round for me.
Back it up.
And back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up.
Come forward.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it up.
Hey.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up.
Left side. And
dance we dance, body tight up and the short pants. It don't make me head get hot like pot and I don't get one thing. My can live is one thing. You could move to when any song sing. I'm not afraid to say this, but can you make me feel ranking?
And 3.
Like I'm your lover.
3.
Be a little closer.
Hey.
Your beauty is so divine. Skin color vanilla. I give her some of her soca. Then she put she head on my shoulder. I couldn't reach this, so I had to jack it
Side
up
to
and I
side.
had to tell her.
Hello. Hey.
Baby, turn for me. Turn round for me. Baby, you too good.
Turn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn round for me. Ay, 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 yeah. Turn for me. Turn round for me.
Back it up. And
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it for me.
Hey.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up for me.
come forward.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it for me. Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up for me.
Side. And
Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
after. 3.
Like I'm your lover. Hold me a little closer. Your beauty is so divine. Skin color vanilla. I give her some for soca. Then she put she head on my shoulder. I couldn't read this so I have to jack it
Side
up
to
and
side.
I have to tell her. You, turn round for me. Baby, turn for me. Turn round for me. Baby, you
Two.
turn for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn round for me. Ay, 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 ay,
You can do it on the spot. That's fine.
turn round for me.
Back it up. And
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it for me. Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up for me.
forward.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up, jack it up, jack it for me. Back it up, back it up, back it up, lift it up, jack it up for me. Hola, Tunje.
That was our workout for this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Soca Size St. Lucia. Have a wonderful day.
And there you have it. This is how we wrap up the Midweek Wednesday for today right here on This Morning. I'm Chayla Mendez, your host, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed this with me and that also you weren't lazy and just stayed seated on the couch, because you need to get up and get moving. It is 2018. We are doing things differently. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve. So remember that. So be open to change. And of course, the only thing you don't change is the channel. Whenever it's time for This Morning, you know where you got to keep it locked onto. So special good morning to everybody who's loyal viewers, all my people in Bexar, good morning to you, as well as my friends from Dennery. So I got to say a special shout out as well. So big up yourself, everybody. Positive vibrations throughout the day. Nobody's going to steal our joy. We're going to keep happy today, and we're going to make sure that we make the most of today. Now, I look forward to sharing even more with you because we have another day to come. So God willing, we'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, right here on DBS, your #1 leader.